here with Glenn from Toad the Wet Sprocket. Thank you so much. I know you guys are about to perform, so thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're here in Santa Cruz, which is not close but not too far from where you were born and raised, Santa Barbara. And you went to San Marcos High School, right?
Yes, met the band there when I was a freshman. They were all seniors, and we were theater geeks.
So there must be something in the water there, because there's been a few celebrities, well-known people to come out of that high school.
I think so.
Right. So was there ever any talk of putting Chuck Lidell as an extra member of your band? No?
Not this far, no.
Did you teach him most of his moves, though, you would say?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah. I'm sure you gave him some moves. He gave you some moves.
What does he do?
Chuck Liddell? Okay, well, I'm going to send this to him, and then we're going to do a rematch, you two, head-to-head.
Skater?
No, fighter, but so close.
Oh, I know about him. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Your boy, right? He's your boy.
I knew that. I knew that. I just forgot that. Now he's going to kick my ass.
Well, that would be something that I would also pay to see, so please invite me back for that.
It wouldn't be good sport, though. It would not take very long. I knew that. I can't keep names straight.
It's okay. You're in a performance-minded situation going on here. So you guys started the band very young, Santa Barbara. You had a little bit of a hiatus. Now you're back together, 2010, full swing, right? What changed going from high school to now? Did anything change? Was it hard to get back into a groove?
Well, everything changed. Everything changed a number of times. I mean, I don't know. We broke up a long time ago. There's no way to really compare it. I mean, if that makes sense.
Is it just different being 16 and then being a man and a grown adult? Is it change your writing? Does it change your style?
It better be. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's been a world of experience since we first got together, and you know, yeah, I don't even know where to start with that. Too much changes to make a tidy statement.
You're not really a band anymore. You're like a family, right?
A little bit. I mean, we're a band again. We weren't a band for a long time, and we were able in the last few years to kind of get it where it felt good again, felt like we had something to offer each other, and there was a long period of time where we didn't, and so we weren't gonna beat it into the ground when we weren't feeling it, and so to make a new record, we really had to feel like we were on the same page again, feel like we had something new to say together, and so we could have made, I think, a really mediocre record a long time ago, but we waited to do it till the time was right, till it felt good.
And when you're that young and you're in a band and you're touring and you're kind of going through the motions, it's all new. Now coming back, revisiting it, I know you put a picture on social media of a bike and you basically just said it was like your godsend. It was like how you deal with the insanity of it. Is it harder now? Like, what other outlets do you have to deal with that kind of craziness as an adult? You know, it's not new, you're not 16 anymore, but...
There's different craziness. I mean, we're at a very different part in the career, right? We're no longer a major label act. We're kind of small potatoes now, but it's enough to make a living with, and so it's more of a family business. Which in many ways we're more constitutionally kind of we're better at that than we are at the kind of crazier, bigger thing. But I mean. The main difference is that it's a project now, and it used to be the only thing we did. It was our one band, and everything we did creatively had to get kind of shoehorned into it. And now we're in a great position where it's one of many projects, and I'm really looking forward to going back, you know, writing for a new solo record, and Todd and Dean have their band and they're writing, and everybody's got other stuff going on, and so it's part of a balanced diet instead of this incredibly insular, high-tension thing. So I really enjoy that part of it. And it was cool to come back and get, for the first time, to ask what a Toad song was and what made it different from a solo song or one of my other bands, and try to actually write a song that was the right song for Toad, which I'd never done before, and let us kind of examine what our strengths were and what each other's strengths were and appreciate those a little more. So it was good.
Now, in terms of your lyrics and kind of the sound and the vibe of your music, vulnerability, kind of like a vulnerable sound, has been a word that's largely used to describe some of your music, some of your lyrics. Do you think that that transcends now into 2014, where a lot of the music is very rap, kind of ego-driven, very all about what I have? It's less humble. There's less humility in music. Do you still carry that into your music now, you think?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we still do, but I also think there's a lot of incredibly vulnerable music. I mean, there's a wide range. There's more music being made now than has ever been made before, and more music being released and being heard. So, all depends on what you listen to and where you are. I mean, there's hip-hop subgenres that are all about how sad you can be, you know? So vulnerability exists everywhere. I mean, in terms of major pop radio, there is a focus on a certain vacuousness that I'm not really interested in. But I also understand that it's harder for companies. You know, it used to be if people liked a record, they'd buy the CD and they'd buy the cassette. And now 1 out of every maybe 20 people who likes a record might possibly buy it. So you have more people listening to more music than ever before, and you have less albums being sold. And so the bets they can take are more conservative, and they're going to go for something that's bigger and brasher. But at the same time, there are all these incredible successes from left field out of the indie world, and things that you know, kind of make their way somehow and get heard. So, I mean, something like Lorde, which is, you know, contrary to everything else that's going on, and became the biggest song in the world.
And people still gravitate towards that, as you've seen with her success. Now, I want to know the top 3 artists in your playlist on your iPod right now.
Right now, it's probably still Alt J, James Blake, and recently, I guess, Bombay Bicycle Club. It's good running. Good running.
I like these choices. I like where you're going with this. And you have a lot of loyal fans that you've kind of carried throughout your career. It's very like fan-driven. I think a lot of people I've even heard coming in tonight are really excited to see you. They know you. They know your music. Would you say that coming back had anything to do with the fans? Was it more a selfish thing where you need to create again, or was it?
No, it's a bit of both. I mean, if there's no one there to listen to it, I mean, we could do it, but it would be a lot of trouble for very little reward. So the fact that people let us know for a long time that they wanted something new, and I mean, we didn't give it to them for a long time because it wasn't going to be ready. So it's, you know, they've been very appreciative, and we're really appreciative they're there, because otherwise, you know, otherwise it would be empty clubs.
So recently, I don't know if you follow Howard Stern at all, but he made a certain comparison, one of your songs, to a certain artist.
I heard the Billy Joel thing, which I don't get myself. I probably think Billy Joel didn't get either, but flattered.
Is there anyone that you would love to work with? Speaking of like a collaboration, anyone you would love to do a duet with even?
Tons of people. I don't even know where to start. There's so much good music.
I think you and Lorde would do really well together.
I would take that. Yeah. I would like that.
I'll see what I can do. I don't really have much pull, but, you know, I've been to New Zealand. So you have a really exciting tour coming up this summer. You guys are touring right now, but you're partnering with Counting Crows this summer. So when does that tour kick off?
I want to say June 8th, 9th? June 8th or 9th. Yeah. And goes through August 17th. So
we obviously like to feature the Bay Area HQ. What, like, growing up in California, is it one of the states that you favor touring in? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Well, the problem with California is that there's such a long way between cities. You can be 2 hours in a different state, in a different city, in a major city, awesome city in the East Coast, and here the miles are certainly big. But I mean, both my parents went to Cal. My brother went to Cal. I was the only non-Berkeley graduate in the family, and so you know, we've always had a lot of ties to the Bay Area. My brother, after 20 years in East Bay, just moved back to Santa Barbara. Maybe, I don't know, I think 5 years ago now. But so we've had pretty deep roots in the Bay Area. You know, love coming up here.
Yeah. So I have to ask. I wouldn't dare ask where you got your name from, because I can't imagine how many times you've been asked that. What I do want to know is how many times you've been asked that, and have you come up with innovative ways to answer people now? Do you just lie now?
We did. The innovative ways to answer were pretty snarky.
I like snarky.
Yeah, no, you don't want to hear it. So, no, it was from a Monty Python sketch, and we just thought it was the worst band name ever. It was designed as a terrible band name, and we thought it was a really great joke because we didn't think we were that good a band. So,
no, I love it. I just wondered if you guys started to just be like, I'm not answering that. No questions.
No, there's just, you know, it's one of those things. If you give yourself a stupid name, I think the object lesson in the whole thing is never do something really silly as a placeholder, because we were trying to think of a really cool name. Yeah. We never did the cool name. We were stuck with the placeholder. So aim for quality the first time around, because you may well be stuck with it.
That's how I feel about most of my tattoos, sadly enough, right? You look back and you're like, what? And then now I just don't explain it. So maybe that's the best way to go. Thank you so much for talking to us. I know you have to get back to your show, but thank you so much.